Hello. In the course of this tutorial, we're looking at how to achieve a double-breasted jacket or blazers with a different material for the neck. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Stick around with me. Let's go. So here we're going to start with marking our starting points line at the beginning, and also this space I left at the front is for the lapel, for the shoulder, for the neck, this thing, for the neckline, for the front. So I'm going to be cutting the front part of the blazer on this side, and on this other side I'm going to be cutting the back. So just rule your starting point line at the sides and also at the beginning starting points of your paper. Placing our neck width of 3 inches, you're going to be using 3 by 3 inches. So marking my neck depth of my neck width of 3 inches and also my neck depth of 3 inches, after which I'm going to be connecting them together to get my neck line. So we're going to be starting with our pencil, after which I'm going to make the line more visible using a marker. But I hope you're seeing what I'm rolling, like it's visible enough, right? I'm going to make it more visible with a marker. To our shoulder measurement, we're going to divide our shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then we're going to place it on this line. We're going to be coming down by 1.5 inches for our shoulder slope, and to that we're going to be connecting it to the neckline. To get our armhole line, we're going to be dividing our bust by 6 plus 2 inches. We can use bust divided by 6 plus 2, 1.5 inches. You're going to mark it, and then you're going to take your tape up to a certain point line to get the exact length. So you're going to be transferring to the beginning of your front pattern, the front of your drafting, so as to get a straight line. So to that I ruled my line. Also, we are going to be measuring our shoulder length, like from that to that point. I'm going to be bringing down our shoulder measurement down to that line, to that armhole line that we drew, to get a straight line, just for the purpose of having a straight line as a foundation to getting our armhole curve. So we are going to be placing our tape line on certain point line. We're going to be measuring the full length, our half length, and then the full length of our jacket. My half length, I'm using 16 inches for this. Just measure your half length, place your half length there, and also measure the full length you want. If you want it to be a gown, this is where you want it, but I want it to be a blazer, like little bit above the hip blazer, but you can go with half length if you want. So just place your length of where you want it to stop. So here I'm transferring the measurement at the other end too, so as to be able to connect them together. So now we're going to start the placement of our vertical measurements. or measurement divided by 4. So we're going to be placing our bust divided by 4 inches. That's we're going to be placing measurement what you get there. For the waist measurement, we're going to be also dividing it by 4 inches. So waist measurement divided by 4 inches. I'm going to be placing that there, and we're going to be coming down to get our hip line. So I'm using 8 inches for my hip line. So from this your half length, you're going to come down to get your hip line. So you can see that my full length of my blazer is a little bit below my hip line. So here I'm going to be connecting the 8 inches hip line together. So I'm going to place in my hip measurement. So our hip measurement divided by 4 inches. I'm going to be placing that at that hip line. And I'm going to be placing the same measurements at the full length. Yeah, I'm going to place the same measurement at the full length. So that is going to be like a straight line. It gets just it's giving that the waist is tight, and then coming down to the curving down to the hip, and a little bit of straightness at the hem. It gets so it's not going to be a sharp curve from the half length, from my half length will be the waist to the full length. So that's what we are going to be getting, and that's beautiful. Here we're going to be getting out the midpoint of our armhole, like that line that we drew there. It's that straight line in order to get our armhole curve. And at that midpoint, we're going to come in by 0.75 inches. That's 3/4 inches. And we're going to be creating a curve. We're going to be connecting that line straight to the tip of the armhole, and then to your butt divided by 4 line. You can connect that at once, but if your curve could not get that at once, just connect from the tip to the 0.75 inches, and then from that 0.75 inches to your bust circumference divided by 4, and then you blend them together. So our neck in the width and depth are going to be creating a curve there. When we drew a straight line initially, I'm sorry I was able to capture that very well. So I just placed my French curve and curved it, like trying to get a fine curve, just like how you create a normal neck depth curve now. So this is a tip if you're trying to make a jacket that is not a double breasted jacket, just the normal button down blazers. So just mark out 1 inches from that, from the starting point line. Just mark it outward. I'm marking it outward. So just mark it outward and connect it together. This is going to be your lapel, just as I'm making it's same thing as making a shirt to get. So that 1 inches you took out is for the putting your buttonhole and your button. This is going to be a princess that's cut. So starting from a starting point line, not from the additional 1 inches we added for our buttons, I'm going to place in my box span. Box span divided by 2. For me, I'm using 3 inches for this. That means my box span is 6 inches. Divided by 2 is 3 inches. So I place it on my waist. and at the upper line as well. And on my waist, I'm taking half inches on both sides, which is 1 inches. And that 1 inches, I'm going to be adding it back at that waistline. So that's the 1 inches I added there. And at there, I'm going to connect them, the lines together. So I'm going to be coming down by 1 inches to be able to connect my darts. I'm going to come down by 1 inches from that armhole line, a bit bust line. Come down by 1 inches, and also to the hip side, I'm going to also place my 3 inches bust band to make it a straight line before I'll be coming up by inch some. Before I'll be coming up by, can come up by 2 or 3 inches for there from the hip line. That's where your dart is going to be stopping to. So I'm using 3 inches for this. I'm still going to make this line more obvious, visible using a marker. You know, when drafting a pattern, it's better to go with pencil in case you want to erase something first. Before, in case there's a correction you need to erase or correct. But I'm still going to make that more visible using a marker. So now, we'll be making our double-breasted jacket. You know that this 1 inches I dropped that I wrote the button on. That's the tip I drop if you want to make a jacket that's not double-breasted jacket. So because we're making a double-breasted jacket, you'll be adding the same bust span. You're going to be using your bust span starting from that starting point line, not on that buttonhole 1 inches that we came out by initially. So we're going to be starting to place our 3 inches, which is our bust span. We're going to be using your bust span for this too, because the tip of this rappel, it can be called rappel too. The tip of the double-breasted jacket will be stopping at your nipple measurement, as your nipple to nipple, to be extended to the other nipple when it is overlapping. I hope you get the drift. It's just as you saw on my thumbnail. So that's it. So I'm just trying to clean out the button so that it won't be confusing. And from the starting point line that we had earlier, we're coming up by 3 inches. That's our lapel, our double-breasted. So we'll be coming out our princess dart. Like from the 1 inch we came down forward that we're going to be curving it to get our princess that cover armhole princess that. Just take it the way straight. And they are going to come in out by 1.5 inches in case of any excess. In case there's a just for in case of shortages, not excess, I mean shortage. Come on, 1.5 inches. After which I'm going to blend it back to the armhole curve, like curve it back. Yeah, as a seaming do. So that's it. So we'll be heading over to the drafting of our back pattern. After that, we're going to come back to create the cowl neck for the front. So just as we did for the front, we're going to use a neck width of 3 inches also for the back. I'm placing my 3 inches for my neck width, and for the neck depth, we're using 1 inch for our neck depth. After which I'll be connecting them together. So our shoulder measurement divided by 2, let's be placing that. I will come down for our shoulder slope by 1.5 inches, just as we did for the front. And so that we're going to connect it to the tip of our neck. So we are going to be placing our armhole measurement, which is our bust divided by 6 plus 2 inches. That same measurement is for the front, bust divided by 6 by 2 inches. We're going to be placing that there. I'm going to take our tape to the beginning point just to get a straight line and transfer the same measurement to the other side. After we are going to be connecting it together, just have a straight line you get. Please don't forget to drop your questions in the comment section. If you have any question regarding any of my videos, both this one and the ones on the channel, please do well to drop your questions. I'll be there to attend them as fast as possible. We are creating a community, not just teaching, just to learn and go. So let's ask your questions, will be well answered. Yeah. Also, do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So we'll be placing our shoulder measurement down to just to connect it to have a straight line first. Before we are now going to placing our bust measurement divided by 4 inches at that line to get our armhole curve. So measuring our armhole line divided by 2 to get the midpoint of the armhole. That which we are going to be going in by half of an inch. We're going to go in by half of an inch. After trying to get our armhole curve here, you know in the front we went in by 0.75, and for the back we're going in by 0.5, which is half of an inch. So we're going to be getting our measurements. Also, we're going to have our back measurements. Now our back is shorter than our front. I'm going to place now back measurements. Full, that's our back full length, half length. And to that half length, we're going to also just mark our front half length as well. Just to help us as a guide. I'm going to use that. Mark your back half length, mark your front half length, and then mark your full length of the blazer or jacket. So we're going to be transferring the same measurement to half length, back half length, front half length, and your full length to the other side too. After which you're going to be connecting it to have a straight line. So this is our back half length, front half length. Don't forget to be labeling your patterns. And then that's our full length, FL. Please always label your pattern to avoid confusion. It serves as a guide when making your clothes. So our bust divided by 4 inches, we placed it. So place your bust divided by 4 inches there. And the back half length, we're going to be placing our waist divided by 4 inches. So divide your waist by 4 inches. You're going to be marking it plus an additional 1 inches. That's for our darts. And an additional 1 inches for our back slope. Though the back of a person, a human being, is not straight. So that means I added extra 2 inches to my waist divided by 4 inches. And to your front half length, so you're going to be adding the same measurement. So from your back, see how I selected my ruler. From your half length, your back half length, which is at the other side, you're going to be slanting it to your marking, to the front half length. It's no the one at the beginning is the one up is back half length, the one below is the front half length. So you still want the front pattern, the back pattern to have the same joining at the waist. Are you understanding me? Have the same joining at the waist. So because the back of the person is shorter, so you want it to have a curve, like you want that back curve, like that back dip. Just as example, if you're placing your zipper to have a curve at the back half length, you get. So that's why. So just slant it to your front half length. And yeah, so for my bust span, mark your bust span. So I mark my bust span, but for my back bust span, I like her adding an extra 0.5 inches to it so that it will not be closer to the zipper or whatever I'm working with. So just as my bust span is 3 inches, so for the back I'm using 3.5 inches for it. And you're going to be coming down by half of an inch up, just as we came down by half of an inch to connect our dart leg at the front. That's the same thing, connect our dart leg, which is half inches. So now you're taking out 1 inches that we added from the 2 inches we added from the waist, meaning 1 inch. Added 2 inches to the waist measurement, and there we just took out the remaining 1 inch to get our back slope. So slope it up to the neck region, just as a same do, just that way. So yeah, you see, I've created our curve, and that curve is placed where? On the back half length. Hope you are getting me. So here we're going to be measuring our hip length. Our hip length is 8 inches, and my hip length measurement is started from the front half length. So here my tape measure is. So that's where my half length is starting from. Where I'm going to start measuring my hip length, which is 8 inches, and to that I'm going to be creating a straight line. Please, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just drop your questions. I'll be attending to you in the comment section. Thank you. So the hip line, so I'm going to be placing my half bust span just to connect my dart legs. So I marked 3.5 inches on the hip line. I'm going to be connecting them together. Yeah, and I'm going to be coming up by 2 inches for my dart line leg extension, like where my dart leg is going to be stopping. I came up by 3 of an inch, not 2, sorry. I came up by 2 of an inch, and then I connected my dart legs to that point. Then we're going to be blending down our half inches that we came down from the waist. Just tilt your tape and curve it down to your hip as you see me do. And that is it. See how beautiful it's looking already. Don't forget, I'm still going to make the line more obvious using my pencil marker. So our hip divided by 4 inches. I'm going to be marking it there. the seam to the full length, hip divided by 4 inches. So I'm going to be placing that there. I'm going to connecting them together. Then down to the waistline, connect it to the waistline. So now we're going to be covering our neck joint, just my neck curve. So covering it out. And our armholes, we are going to be covering them. The 3 points that we have, the shoulder tip, the half inches we came in by at the midpoint of the shoulder, and then our bust further by 4 inches that we placed down. So we're going to connecting the 3 points together. If your French curve can't get the 3 curves, as usual, connect from the tip to the 0.5 inches you came in by, and then from 0.5 inches curve it down. After which you're going to be blending out any sharp edge you'll be having there or you have there. So now I'm using my red marker to make all the lines visible now. So to the making of the suit proper, now I'm going to be using my meter side of the tape rule, no more the inches side. And to create a space for the shoulder pad, I'm going to be coming up by 1 meter and out by 1 meter. You know that look that suit gives. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to create here. So to this, I'm going to be blending down to my neck, to my shoulder, blend it to the neck region, neck tip, and then I'm going to blend this out downwards too. Just curve it out as you see me do. Just to create that suit look. And to this also, you're going to be replicating the same thing to the back, up by 1 meter and down by and out by 1 meter. So that is it, and then we're going to be going out our princess that we didn't curve it out for the back. So I'm going to be placing my master pattern. I'm going to be covering out our princess that curve for the back as well. So here I felt that the 1 meter I added is high, like because of the metal point of my tape rule. So I decided to use the midpoint of my tape rule, the same 1 meter that I'm adding shy, but the middle, like from 1 inches to 2 inches or 2 to 3 inches, that's still 1 meter. So that's just the midpoint of my tape rule. I decided to use that, and I still blended it back just as we did before. And I painted the same thing at the back too, just cutting out the extra space it gave it. So down to the making of the jacket to suit proper. So from the tip of my neck curve, I'm going to be slanting my tape rule Just on top the tip of the lapel, that is the bust band that came out by for our lapel, for our double breasted lapel. So I'm going to let that straight. That is it. So this line, you need to extend it so it's going to get the back shoulder curve. So I'm going to take my tape rule. I'm going to measure my neck curve for the back. So I'll measure out what I have here. Just tilt your tape to get to the tip. Just do it as you see me do exactly. So I'm trying to remeasure it to be sure that what I'm is accurate. And let's just measure that curve. And you're going to be you're going to mark what you have there. So for me, I have 3.25. That's 3/4 of an inch. So here I don't have an extra space there, so I'm going to be attaching paper to it just to create more space for me to continue what I'm doing. So to this, I'm going to be extending my straight line, upwards. So I'm going to be placing that 3.25 that we measured for our neck curve. I'm going to be marking it, and to this I'm going to be coming out, going backwards, coming out by half of an inch, so that the lapel can relax. It can relax at the neck region without standing like, just make it relax and look beautiful. So now we're going to be determining how wide we want our lapel to be. So from that 0.525 inches, that's 0.5 inches we came out by. I'm marking 2.5 inches. That's how wide I want my lapel to be. You can use 3 inches if you want. Just use what you like. And then I'm going to marking that all the way down, after which I'm going to be connecting it. So to the tip, you're going to be curving it like I want it to have a curve. You're going to be curving it just the way you want it. So I'm going to use the tip of my French curve and I'm going to curve it. So this is what we have after the whole thing, after curving it out. See how beautiful it is. So this is our lapel and this is our cowl neckline. This is how to make your cowl neckline. See how it is beautiful. So now we're going to be cutting out our front button. Going to follow the lines, markings we have there. Just see as I'm cutting them out. So we're going to be cutting out our front pattern like so. In the same way, we'll also be cutting our back pattern as so. Just to see we cut out the front. So this is the back, this is the back, this is the front. I just cut out the edges, and now I'm going to be cutting out the princess darts for the front and for the back. You don't want your jacket to have a princess dart, you can skip it. You can skip it, but I like that princess dart. It gives it more star line, makes it more beautiful. Just play around with what you have. Don't forget to level your pattern before cutting them out so that the center front and the side front and side back not be looking like the same thing. So just label them side backs, center back, side front, center front, CFSF, and add your inches. So for the sides, I'm using 1.5 inches for the center, side front, and side back, and others I'm using half inches. Once I'm using 1 inches for the hemming, and then we're cutting them out. So this is for the cutting. I'll be posting the sewing of the video very soon. So if you have watched up to this point and not subscribed or like this video, I don't know what's holding you. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on to the next one. Have a splendid day. Bye.